The Prime Minister, Theresa May, has announced a wide-ranging review of public services as part of a drive to tackle inequality in society. She says monitoring how people from different backgrounds are treated by the health service, in education and the criminal justice system would reveal difficult truths. Elaine Dunkley has more.
Final preparations for Britain's biggest street festival, Notting Hill Carnival, a celebration of multiculturalism. But people here say when it comes to equality, there is little to cheer about.
How could we all be equal? How are we all being treated equal? You don't need anyone to really answer that. You can see that we are not all equal. You can see we're not all being treated equal, and it's never going to happen regardless.
It's divided on class, it's divided on race, it's divided on geography, all kind of things.
There's substantial areas in our public sector, there's substantial areas in our private sector where equality is non-existent, where there are clearly evidence of very discriminatory practices.
In Theresa May's opening address as Prime Minister, she promised a hard stance to stamp out discrimination.
If you're born poor, you will die on average 9 years earlier than others. If you're black, you're treated more harshly by the criminal justice system than if you're white. If you're a white working class boy, you're less likely than anybody else in Britain to go to university. If you're at a state school, you're less likely to reach the top professions than if you're educated privately.
And now a new unit that will get under the skin of racism in education, employment, health and the justice system. But the Prime Minister has her work cut out. According to a recent report by the Equality and Human Rights Commission, inequality is entrenched in Britain. For example, black graduates on average earn 23% less than their white colleagues and are more likely to face unemployment. And it's not just race. Theresa May says she wants to remove barriers that face the white working class. Boys from this background are least likely to go to university.
What they should have been doing is looking at the equality impact of the cuts they were proposing to make and not making those cuts. And all they've done is driven the poorest people into deprivation. Disproportionately, black BME people are impacted, but also women and disabled people and other equality groups.
The government says the scheme will shine a light on difficult truths. But some say the truth has been obvious for far too long and want action. Elaine Dunkley, BBC News.
Hull have won Rugby League's challenge.